Black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody who...
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
I ordered this book, God is on Trial. I ordered this book from Amazon, and I must say I've read it. It's very well written, very thought-provoking. So sisters and brothers like Alberta Parish, again, God is on Trial. It is a provocative, thought-provoking, very real and honest point of view regarding the gods of major religions or of Abrahamic religions, and why those of us who follow these belief systems should be asking the same kind of questions instead of just blindly accepting and following.
Gomane. Assemble the people, Gomane. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
Okay. Thank you for donating to my uncle Taalik. I appreciate it, and I know that my family appreciate it because he's been in our lives for years now. So, yeah. And I just want to say thank you because, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, and we love you guys. Mwah. Bye. Bye. He's forever always. He's forever always. He's forever always.
How do you guys feel about Cherry frowning like that with her album? You guys' album coming out?
She's cute.
She thinks she's cute.
That's all I got to say.
Cherry thinks she's cute. Huh?
Thanks, hon.
She came out with a different attitude after that.
Like a gun to me. I don't know what we did on film.
That's old school. Life has changed. I want the red.
Wait, what was that Mr. T did in Rocky? What was that, Rocky 3? Was it Rocky 3? Put them criminals on my face!
There we go. I don't have a lot to say. Come to see Terry. That's Terry, Cindy, and Rona.
I trust that feeling. Does anybody have any questions of me before I get out of here? Let's see what you guys are saying. What's up, soul sister Rona? Hey, Taalik. I'm the brother that did Mike Jackson in Tunica, Mississippi. Hey, now. Hello to Terry. Respect. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up.
Come to see Terry. That's Terry, Cindy, and Rona. It's Terry.
It's important for the black youth especially to know that we did have a history and that we did great things and that we had great people, and those things were not in the history books when I was in school. And what I'd like to be doing 5 years from now is attempting to rewrite the history books so that they'll know that.
This message. Hey, my brother, you know I had to call you and thank you personally again. I cannot describe to you how happy I was to meet you in person finally. That was just like amazing.
Ring out in perfect harmony, Terry Ellis becomes the first of the divas to offer the world her singular sound. And she does just that on Southern Gal.
But when I get up in here, everybody, I'm fucking this nigga up, everybody. I'm tired of these niggas, man. I'm trying to work, do my thing, and niggas are clowning me and fucking up my career, everybody. I can't live like this, everybody. These niggas gonna have to die, everybody. Keep fucking with me, everybody. Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me, everybody. Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me, everybody. Keep fucking with me.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. The war has started officially. It's paid for. We're ready to go. Do this. So, I'm not playing with this troll. Something is going to be done. I'm tired of this piece of trash messing with me. I got some other errands to run. Hey, what's up, Deacon? What's up, Deacon? I catch y'all on the flip. The war has officially started. I would suggest to this troll, you better leave me the hell alone. It's on and popping. Peace out.
Keep fucking with me, everybody. Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me, everybody. Keep fucking with me. Scared the fuck out of me, everybody. I'm just sick and tired of these niggas out here fucking with me, everybody. These niggas are fucking with me, everybody. Fucking with me, everybody. And I'm tired of it, everybody.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, A Change Is Gonna Come, it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. President Trump has already had sit-downs with the wrong representatives of the black community. How about a real discussion with a true grassroots African American? Join and organize Operation Exodus Mississippi today, or become a supporter. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
In a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
What, dear?
Cause I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
I used to be.
Alrighty then. Good afternoon. Peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper or the host of this program, known here on social media, wherever you may find me. I am known as the Micah. My dad, Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. Of course, a shout out to the chat room. The Deacons of Reality is in the house, Dark Side Fitness, and whomever. Those who are listening and those who will be listening to this conversation afterwards. Our sister. All right. Well, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I am glad that you're here to celebrate your birth anniversary. And it's sort of ironic that you would have your birthday on the day where we're talking about you should have never been born to begin with. What's that Sister Rashida's talking about? Anti-natalism. We should have never been born to begin with. I appreciate you too, Dean. I surely do. So what is anti-natalism? Simply is causing one not to be born to avoid suffering. Causing one not to be born to avoid suffering. If you was not born, Deacon, if I was not born, none of this would matter to us. And any complaint we have would not exist because we would not exist. I don't feel it's a blessing to come into this life. It's a blessing to be alive. How? If it's a blessing to be alive, then why are you complaining? Why do we complain about this and that? We complain every day. There's dissatisfaction every day, 24 hours a day. Nobody is satisfied, yet life is a blessing. I was taking some notes and I was doing some things while Sister Rashida was talking. And I was taking some notes, so my notes aren't in no specific chronological order. But I just want to make some of these points. And of course, you in the chat room, you can make your points in the chat room. Also, if you would like to join us for a few minutes, you can do that. The link is in the chat room. I did have somebody wish to join the conversation, but I guess we were taking too long because whatever they had to say is really, really important. I need to shut Rashida off. I need to lay back, let them all run their mouth, because what they have to say is really, really, really important. They don't care about what I'm talking about. They don't care anything about what Rashida talking about. It's all about them. Aren't you happy to be in a world, born into a world like this? Selfish ass folks. No empathy. Having no compassion, no mercy. And they call it a dog-eat-dog world. Savages. It's a dog-eat-dog world, but yet we're supposed to be civilized. Now, if we were savages, I can understand why you would say it's a dog-eat-dog world. But even dogs have a method to their madness. The majority of the time when you see dogs, they're playing, they trying to get some food, they taking a whiz on the fence. They're not savages. They're not trying to destroy other dogs. They don't care. Oh, I'm the white dog. I'm better than the black dog. I'm a German Shepherd. I'm better than the Chihuahua. You don't see that among dogs. But in this life that we were born into, we were born human being, and we are born with the most intelligent, but the most silliest, immature, childish life form on the planet. And that what makes you dangerous is because being a human being, it's like giving a gun to a 3-year-old child. And that's what you find. They use their technology for destruction. They use their technology to bully others. The same thing that you see on the playground, you will see in general civilization or society, because those who are in domination, those who are in charge, have childish mindset. But even children, and I was talking about this on a live stream not too long ago. Children aren't tripping on skin color. Children aren't tripping on a lot of the things that so-called adults are. But the adults are the ones that can make the laws. The adults are the ones with the nuclear weapons. It's the silly adults that have all these things and in a position to destroy and tear down. Even children don't even go that far. And you have a problem with anti-natalism? I wish I wasn't born. Because whatever I was doing prior to this, apparently I was doing fine. And then it goes so far to say, I heard a brother talk about, we chose this. We chose to come here. We was a soul floating out in the universe, I guess. I don't know how, whatever. And we decided to come into the sperm or some crap, and we decided, let me go see what this is about. Well, that's all we must have been was a damn sperm. You didn't have no brain, because nobody in their right mind would want to come here. It's just like if we know that Mexico is a messed up place, and if we know that Central America is a messed up place, if you are in your right mind, why would you want to go there? You wouldn't. I didn't ask to be here. My mother and father and your mother and father caused you to be here. And their mother and father caused them to be here. Nobody asked to be here. However, if we practice anti-natalism, all this could have been avoided. And those who did come here, maybe they would take it upon themselves to make things better. Not to say, because life is not perfect. Nothing is perfect. You're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times. That's just how it is. But we are living in an extreme mess. It's a mess. For those of you who don't know, I decided not to have children, and I was a child myself. I wasn't even in puberty. I probably was 9 years old, 8, 9 years old or whatever. And I remember I walked to the lake, and I was watching the ducks and the turtles and the water, the pond, the lake. And I just said to myself, I do not want to bring children into this because I'm a child. I did love my lake. I love watching the ducks and the turtles and the ants, but I knew I had to return to that mess. The racism, the misogyny, people making mockery of my skin color and making mockery because I was poor. I had to return to all that. Who in their right mind want to go to that? The only time I felt peace when I was all by myself, there was nobody around, just me, the ducks, the water, the ants, and whatever else was out there on the pond. That's the only time I had peace. When I had to go back home to my mother and father and grandparents and sisters and whoever, and all these other strangers, that's when things went bad. And I said to myself, I do not want to bring another life into this mess. And as I grew older, I thought maybe things would get better. It did not. It got worse. This is 2021. It's still worse. It has not gotten better. It's still worse. There is no child that can come to me and blame me for being here because I practiced anti-natalism when I was a child. I've had some close calls, but it doesn't make any sense. In 2021, there's a lot of ways that you can avoid not making a baby. A lot of ways. I've had some close calls. I had to sweat. But as they say, I was blessed. I dodged a bullet, and I make sure I do better the next time. I'm not bringing no babies into this crap. I do have godchildren, and even they're grown now. That's the best you're going to get out of me. To help you raise your babies that shouldn't be here. I would do that for you. Because that's part-time. That's not my responsibility. If I want to help you raise your children, I can. If I don't, I have that choice. You decided to bring responsibility. And that's another thing I knew as I grew older. I did not want to be responsible for taking no child to the doctor, taking a child to school, Go watch a child play basketball at the basketball game. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to share my money with nobody else. I'm not making enough money for me. Why should I? I'm not going to share my money with 2 and 3 and 4, 5 others. And my finances wasn't getting any better. Then, of course, y'all know I had that long stay in that mental institution, which would have really messed up family life. Now, there are those who are influenced by religious teachings and black scholarship teachings or whatever, and we need to have all the babies we can have for our nation, for this black nation we're supposed to have. This is 2021. They've been talking like this for 100 years almost. There is no black nation. So, of course, I want to obey God. And your God says, be fruitful and multiply. However, when God gave that instruction, wasn't it only 2 people on the planet? So, of course, if you 2 people on the planet, of course, God would say, be fruitful and multiply. Hell, it's 5 billion on the planet now. When the hell you gonna stop? And we have this fallacy. We have this distorted thinking in that the earth can handle all the people we can produce. You're going to find out very, very soon that's not true. The earth is a big place, but a lot of the earth you cannot inhabit. And the earth can only produce so much. So that means it's limited in how much life it can support. If you take elephants and put them in a certain spot, they'll soon eat all the vegetation, so they got to move on. And then by the time they come back, that vegetation had an opportunity to regrow. But that goes to show you that these areas cannot support, they can only support you for a certain period of time. In nature, this is how smart animals are. They can tell whether we're going to have a good year or a bad year. So in a good year, a bird might lay 6 eggs. But when the bird determines this is not a good year, the food is scarce, water is scarce, we lay 2 eggs or none at all. Here we are. I never understood this. Here we are, human beings, and we're making babies and don't have food and water, starving, barely surviving, and we making babies. We doing the Humpty dance. That's stupid as hell. Now, in war-torn places like in Africa, the women get raped. The women get raped. So it's no fault of her own. Because at first I was like, why are these people starving and everything and having, the women are getting raped. That's why. But you also have brothers and sisters. You have people in America, regardless of race. We talk about how poor we are. I ain't making it, but you steady spitting out babies. Now, back in the day, prior to Franklin D. Roosevelt, you spit out those babies and you're going to pay for those babies. There was no welfare. There was no government assistance. My grandparents, just like Rashida's, they did not have government assistance. You got to work to produce yours, to take care of yours. But now we're so spoiled. Oh, I can do this because I can go to welfare. I don't know how long it's going to take. But all this is going to come to an end. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in his writing, pretty soon welfare will be farewell. But if we practice antinatalism, we wouldn't have to worry about that because we wouldn't be born to come into this. You have those people who want all these babies. For what? What is the purpose? I left that comment on Sister Rashida's video. Nobody answered. What is the purpose of you having these babies? Don't say to be fruitful and multiply. It's 5 billion people on this planet. What is the benefit? Except a selfish benefit. Just like Sister Rashida said, I want to have these babies so when I get old, they'll take care of me. I want these babies so they will carry on my name. Vanity purposes. Nature don't give a damn about your name. Well, you see, brother, my first name is Twin, and my last name is Pyramid, and I'm having all these 10, 12 children so they can carry on the pyramid name. Nobody give a damn about you being a pyramid. Nature only cares about the survival of a species. Do not care nothing about your personal vanity, your pyramid, or your Johnson, or your Muhammad. Nature don't give a damn about none of that stuff. That's vanity. And the sad thing about it, after a certain period of time, ain't nobody gonna think about your ass no more. Nobody. Unless you are rich and famous or something like that. Michael Jackson will be remembered a long, long time. But you and me, you'll be put in the grave, and after a certain amount of time, after you're dead, a few people will say, oh, Twin Pyramid, he was great. I wish he didn't listen to that damn Snuffleupagus up and up. I wish he didn't listen to him, but he was an all right guy. But after a certain period of time, your family, the one that you want to hold down your legacy and take your legacy forward, they're not going to be thinking about you no more because you're dead and you are in another world. You no longer exist. You are the reverse of antinatalism. Selfish reasons. You want to bring these children into this mess so they can be a slave like you. Because that's what you are. You want somebody to be miserable, and you bring life into this place, and you hope they make it. They might make it. They are, best of luck, because that's what your mom and daddy did to you. You make it, you don't. That's how we're treated. You have rabbits and elephants. Now, rabbits breed real fast. And the reason why rabbits breed real fast because they don't have long lifespans, and there's a lot of animals that eat rabbit. So the strategy in order to keep the rabbit population strong is to breed a whole lot of rabbits. You can't eat them all. So only if only a few survive, that rabbit will make it. Maybe that's the strategy of the once called Negro in America. Maybe that's why we want to breed and breed and breed. because we get ate up by everybody, the Chinese and Africans and white folks, whoever. We get ate up by everybody. We're nothing but prey to everybody. So I guess we figure if we just breed and breed and breed, it only take a few of us to survive. We'll make it. Now, elephants have a long lifespans. Elephants can live from 50 to almost 100 years old. They live a long time. And I believe it takes 2 years for an elephant baby to be born. And so there's great care taken upon the baby. Now, the baby rabbit, who gives a damn? But when it comes to that elephant, elephants concentrate on the quality of their baby to make sure that baby is protected, that baby eats well, that baby becomes strong, it becomes a strong pillar in their society. Rabbits don't have to worry about that because they have no society. They're just running around. You might get ate, you might not. And they're not going to live long anyway. I don't know what the lifespan of a rabbit is, but it's not very long. So that's why rabbits have to do things quick. That's why rabbits have to breed like they do. You want to have all these babies for what? So they can be a slave like you. You have nothing to give them. I don't give a damn if you're a millionaire. I don't give a damn if you are a high value man like Kevin Samuels be talking about. Because everything Kevin Samuels have, everything Kwame Brown, whatever his name is, LeBron James and Denzel Washington actor, Will Smith, whatever Jay-Z and Beyonce, whatever they got came from the cracker, came from the peckerwood, all of it. You didn't earn nothing. Because if you earned it, when you go into your pocket, a black man face, a soul brother face, a soul sister face will be on that dollar bill, on that $20 bill, but it's not. Your slave master face is on that money. And so when you bring your children into this life, you bring them into slavery. Go get you a record deal. Sing and foot shuffle. Maybe you can be a famous rapper or something. Slavery because you don't have nothing to give them. You wait on the white man to give you something the same way your dog is waiting when you go pick up that bag of dog food off the counter. He wagging his tail. You pull out a treat. Here, Rover. Go get the ball. Go do a flip. You make the dog do unnatural things. Go ahead, Rover. Take this ball and throw it in the hoop. Try to make the dog play basketball. Do the moonwalk. Unnatural thing. And that's what the cracker, that's what the peckerwood do to us. Got us doing unnatural things. Run around in the dark. Sucking penis and licking vagina. Putting your hand up somebody's anus and licking doodle off your fingers like it's Hershey's chocolate. Got you doing unnatural, filthy, degrading things. And this is what you want to bring your babies and children into. Eating doo-doo is pleasure to you. And you want to bring another life into the earth so you can teach them how to eat doo-doo. That's so good. This don't taste like Hershey's chocolate. Oh, just put a little sugar on that. And it smells like doo-doo. Okay. That's what you want to do. You control no resources. You make no laws. You're nothing. And that's why they don't want to, that's why they don't come here. Because they want somebody to make them feel good. To make them believe like somehow you living a normal life. You're not, your life is not normal. You are a comfortable Pharaoh slave. That's the reality of it. Will that mean you too? Yes, I am a comfortable Pharaoh slave. However, the difference between me and you is that I know this and I confess it. And I would like to break out, but I cannot break out by myself. I cannot change nothing by myself. Because if I could, it would have been done a long time ago. Unfortunately, I am surrounded by a bunch of cowards, a bunch of incompetent fairy tale lovers. That's why I'm in the condition I'm in. Because the people that I'm born from, they are in love with their condition. They are happy slaves. And some of these slaves are red, black, and green, Kemetic, Hebrew Israelites, black Muslims. So all of them are slaves. They just found a way to make themselves comfortable in the hay, in this barn. That's what they have done. What about my legacy? What legacy you got as a slave? Then they want to talk about what somebody else did, the pyramids and what you don't have nothing to do with that. You came off a slave. You're a slave off the plantation, and that's all you know. And that's how you act. That's how you behave. Because if you wasn't a slave, you wouldn't have a problem with Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. But you're a slave, and you don't understand. What's that? How that go? What you talking about? Because you're a slave. You're a slave. Just like I said, your legacy. What is your legacy? Begging the white man for a job. Can I be a rapper, Mr. White Man? Can I be an actor, Mr. White Man? Everything that you had come from your slave master, came from another man. Everything. Nobody respect you. People come right off the boat, right to your neighborhood. Don't give a damn about you. You produce no services for yourself. So they make Chinese rice for you. They clean your clothes. They might wash your feet, take your money, and gone. The hell with you. Then you turn around and complain. Why they do that? Why they do that? They supposed to do that. You don't know how to make rice. You don't know how to shine shoes. You don't know how to wash cars. You don't know how to, you too good to wash somebody's feet and manicure people's hands. You don't want to do a damn thing. I guess you're a slave. You say, well, I don't work enough. You're still a slave. But even slaves got to do something for themselves. Your legacy. A legacy of embarrassment. That's why you go to Sonetta TV and Tariq Nasheed and whoever, Young Pharaoh, so they can give you the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan and all that Muslim bull doo-doo, so they can make you feel good. So they can paint this lie that you can believe about yourself. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. Either you real or you fake, one or the other. You want babies for what? And these children right now are looking at us. Well, the other generation, they have failed. They even point their fingers at me. How the hell you gonna point your fingers at me? I was a little boy when Malcolm X was here. I was a little boy when Farrakhan was doing his thing. But sooner or later, the ones that's complaining about the elders, what you gonna do when it's your turn? Because you steady spitting out babies. And they gonna look at you. What have you done? You brought me into this mess and you didn't do a damn thing for me. So what are you gonna do different than the elders that you complain about? Nothing. do the same thing, spit more babies out, breed like a damn rabbit, like you some roaches. Then you complain because the peckerwood kill a few of them. Oh Lord, look what they did to George Floyd. Who gives a damn? He just one of many roaches. So what? What's the big deal? That's why y'all breeding. Then they talk about the white man. That's his plan. The white man's plan is to stop us from breeding like rabbits. But at the same time, you say that there's more dark skin, there's more black people on the earth than Europeans or the white man. And it's been that way ever since. So you have always outnumbered the white man. And what happened to you? You end up on a slave plantation. So it don't make no difference because you breed and you breed. You think you for some reason you think that's gonna put him out of commission. It don't take a lot of him to kick your ass. You can breed 10. It only take 2 of him to kick your ass. According to history, when the Peckerwood first went to war with the Zulus gave them a nice little ass whooping or whatever. But then the Cracker retreated, came back, and kicked their ass forever. Because he kicked their ass in their house. Where they gonna retreat to? There was nowhere to go. Now, if you was in your right state of mind, and we had all these numbers, it's a possibility. But you're not in your right state of mind. And you don't want to get there because you're jealous and envious of other people. You don't want the Zulus to have more than the Congolese or the South Africans. You don't want to see Operation Exodus Mississippi do good. Let's tear it down. Let's ask all these dumbass nothing questions that don't mean nothing. So it don't make no difference how many babies you spit out because you're all divided and screwed up. So the only thing they got to do is come, okay, kick this group ass and you'll be happy. Then you kick this group ass and that y'all be happy. Then it'll be your turn and all your ass get whooped. That's why you end up slaves on a plantation. Same thing happened to the Native American people. Same crap, same stuff. They didn't realize what was going on till it was too late. They tried to unite with one another, but it was too late. Now their numbers are too low, and now this Peckerwood got a good grip in the land, and of course he has superior firearms. You don't have nothing coming. Sit your Native American down. And here we are, talking about we Native Americans. Ain't nobody on a reservation. You in New York City, you in New Orleans, but you're a Native American. You don't practice, you don't eat Native American food, you don't know nothing about the culture, none of that stuff. And then some of us actually have taken some of these Native American reservations or whatever to court, and they are fighting your ass. You are not one of us. How embarrassing. We always trying to go where nobody wants us. You can take your reservation and then stick it up your backside. Fake ass Indian. I'm happy to develop my own. I'm happy to accept my own and be myself. I don't want to be no damn African. I don't want to be no Aboriginal Aborigines. You thinking about a past that don't even exist no more, and you don't have nothing to do with it. You ain't never lived in no Africa. You never lived in a teepee or whatever hell these Native Americans. You never lived that way. Trying to diffuse yourself into a place you never been, don't know nothing about. There's something in religious texts. it says something about, I forgot the exact quote. But anyway, it says something about being born again. The only way you can be born again, you have to go to the room. I forgot exactly what that quote is. Man, I wish I knew what that quote was. Some of you might be familiar, but you have to be born again. The only way you can become an African is that you have to take your family or your children. You yourself will never be that. You are what you are. You can claim, but you're not. But if you really want to be an African for your people, then you have to take your children to the continent and let them live in a nation or a tribe, adopt them. And their children will actually be born in Africa. And the only thing their children and they will know is Africa. And the same thing with the Aboriginal stuff. The only way you can be a real Aboriginal is that you're going to take your babies to a tribe or whatever, and they grow up in that. Then they become that. But you are damaged goods. You are a so-called Negro. You ain't African. You ain't Aboriginal. You are a mess. And you don't want to accept that reality. You're a mess. You're a confused wreck. You Kemetic. You a Muslim. You're Pan-African. You're all kinds of, you're a Christian. You don't know what the hell you are. Then you put on all these costumes. That's supposed to verify that's what you are. If I put on a Batman costume, that don't make me Batman. Batman don't exist. Just because I put on a Batman costume. If I put on a costume of Michael Jackson, I'm still not Michael Jackson. Just because you put on a costume calling yourself some Hebrew Israelite, that don't mean that's what you are. You just some Negro wearing a costume. It make you feel good. That's why we put on costumes. When a police officer put on his uniform, he feel like a cop. When that cop don't have his uniform on, he's still a police officer, but it's nothing like having your uniform, having your costume on. I know when I was taking martial arts lessons, learning self-defense, I mean, you learn the kicks and you learn the punches and you go through all the kata, you go through all these different things. But when you're wearing that uniform, you really feel like you Bruce Lee or somebody. You really feel like you some bad martial artist that's been practicing martial arts for generations, for decades. That costume just makes you feel. It's just something about wearing these costumes. So when those brothers in the Nation of Islam, now wearing your bow tie and suit, that's nice. But when they are able to afford, because Farrakhan is not going to give you nothing, when the brother can afford to buy a FOI uniform, he really feels the part. Look at me. And get the fez and get all decked out. Just like when you're a pimp. You can't look ordinary, be a pimp. You gotta dress the part. You gotta wear the clothes that's affiliated with pimpism. Your legacy. And you actually want to bring babies into this. You control no resources. You make no laws. You just a damn highly paid, Kemetic, Nation of Islam, 5%er, whatever, Christian, whatever you feel good with, you just a comfortable Negro slave. And your legacy. You want to make more slaves. Because everything we do benefit the slave master. Your work, your singing, your dancing, whatever you do, because the money in your pocket comes from him. He's the one that gives his value. And if he's taken out of power, the money has no value. And since you don't give it no value, that means the dollar is worthless. That's what happened in the Civil War. As long as the Confederacy had some kind of power, their money had value. But as soon as they lost the war, all that Confederate money meant nothing. I know there was an episode of Little House on the Prairie I was watching. I'm going to say this and we're going to get out of here. And Charles Ingram's wife, they was opening up this box. Charles had got this inheritance and opened up this box. And when he opened up the box, there was a lot of money. And his wife was like, oh, Charles, we're rich. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is so incredible. But see, Charles, he didn't smile. Charles kept his head hanging down. Charles was like, Caroline, it's Confederate money. It's no good. And I bet Caroline was like, ain't that a bit? We done got all this debt and this money ain't no good. What do you have to offer life? You want to breed like a rabbit. You want to breed all these babies in here and give them what? What do? You're not even a man. You got to wear a sign over your shoulder when you get mad. I am a man. I am a man. Because apparently, I guess you feel as though if you don't put a sign on your body to tell people you're a man, they won't know. Because you have nothing. So the Mississippi campaign gives you an opportunity to justify your life by taking control of resources, by taking control of the political system. You can develop your own monetary system. It's a lot of things that you can do once you come into power. I thought that's what you wanted. I thought that's what you need, but apparently no. So what is your legacy? Your legacy is that of a comfortable slave. Your legacy is to continue to try to do whatever you can to hold back the slave that wants to get off the plantation. That's your legacy, a legacy of cowardice, a legacy of incompetence, a legacy of being just a silly child. I got a troll that constantly bothers me. I do not go bother that troll. Why? Because the troll wants to be us, but can't. That's why. Because if I'm a slave, you're going to be one too. How dare you think about getting off the plantation? How dare you? And that's what it's all about. These folks are not about your liberation. They're about your forever, eternal incarceration. That's what they're about. They do not care anything about us. I appreciate the Deacons of Reality. I appreciate those in the chat room. I appreciate, absolutely. I appreciate those who are listening and those who will be listening to this broadcast later on. I want to send a shout out to our sister Rashida Strober. Let me give you her information for those who want to subscribe to her channel and support our sister in her darkism activities. And she's real. Sister Rashida is real. Support our sister Cash App, $ Rashida Lala, her PayPal, Ice Cream Lady Dream at yahoo.com. She also has a GoFundMe. Support those who are real. Support those who want to see us in a better place. The majority of people here are out for themselves. They are using the struggle. They are using the fact that you came into this world and you didn't have a choice to take advantage of you for their own self-enrichment, and when it's all said and done, they're not happy either. But the money and the praise, it makes you able to tolerate. If you think Jay-Z and Beyonce and Oprah and all these people with money and Kwame Brown, the whoever, if you think that these people are happy, they're not happy. They're not happy. And life is not perfect. But men put us in this condition so men can change it. And that's what we want to do. You deserve better. You deserve real love, peace, freedom, joy. You deserve to live in a position after 400 years of hell. You deserve to have a little peace in your life. But nobody's going to give it to you. You got to make it. Don't you know that people, they sacrificed and suffered? They lived and they died to make hell? So isn't it reasonable that if you want heaven, somebody got to sacrifice, somebody got to suffer, somebody got to go through hell and even die in order for heaven to appear? We are heaven. The Bible says that we are, that the kingdom of heaven is in us. That's what your Bible says. It's us. The kingdom of heaven is in us. So why are you looking in the sky? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said heaven is just a condition of life. Life is what you make it. Dr. King said the reason why evil exists is because good people do nothing. That's the problem. Good people do nothing. And in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy had the power to go home all the time. The only thing she had to do was click her heels, but she wasted a lot of time because she didn't understand her own power, looking to be rescued by somebody else. God is not going to rescue you. That's not his purpose. God gave you the tools that you need to give you what you want, to give you what you need. Africans, Aboriginals, nobody's going to help you. You're going to have to bring that to yourself. And hell, if you don't want it, why should anybody else be concerned about your condition if you don't give a damn about your condition? And that's why I say, we present to you this Mississippi campaign. Either you want to do it or you don't. If you want to do it, I would give you 1,000% to help you get where we need to go. If you don't, that's fine. Because this is for us. It's not for me. It's for us. And if us don't want it, you are happy where you're at, you like to complain and march and keep doing this and scream and holler about the red, black, and green flag and all this other stuff that you've been doing for the last 100 years, then you just keep doing that. It's all right. And you keep bringing these babies into this mess, cursing them. It's not God that's cursing them. It's you. You selfish and you a coward. And you're only thinking about yourself. Incompetent. A slave. You want somebody to stroke your ego and tell you how beautiful you are, whatever? I would do that a lot of time. Because we're not bad people. But this is a very serious thing. want to get out of jail. Y'all screwing around. It's just like when you ready to go somewhere and you got somebody steady messing with their hair in the mirror. I got to get a snack before I leave. Come on, I'm ready to go. I got to get the hell out of here. And that's how you are. I'm ready to go, ready to get the hell out of this jail. I'm ready to change my life. And you got these folks, they looking in the mirror, they trying to get all fancied up and making excuses. Because they really don't want you to go anyway. They're comfortable on the plantation. Misery loves company. These people that come against us, bringing the best option, the most realistic option to the people, the reason why they coming after us, because they want us to be slaves. Misery loves company. Because the stronger we get, the weaker they get. And after a certain period of time, they won't even be talked about no more. Who want to talk about failure? Who want to talk about woulda, shoulda, coulda? We're making real moves. We're bringing thought and making thoughts reality. So on that note, again, I appreciate the topic that Sister Rashida gave us this afternoon. Thank you to the and happy birthday again to the Deacons of Reality and those in the chat room, those who are listening and those who will be listening later on. I much appreciate it. Tomorrow I have a lot of classic videos all day long, so y'all can trip off of them if you want. And I still might go live. Who knows? According to how I feel and how the platform feel, we might go live. But happy birthday to the deacons, and also enjoy your Memorial Day. And not only think about the soldiers, but all the freedom fighters. They are our soldiers. The FOI and the Black Panthers and all those who fought. The deacons, I forgot what they call themselves, but they was there with guns during the time of Dr. King. Deacons, what would they call themselves? Deacons or something. But all our people, Memorial Day, we should be remembering our fallen. And some of them are not fallen. Some of them are in prison right now. And you don't hear these blackity black folks doing nothing to try to get them out of prison. And if they get out of prison, chances are white people done it. Then, like that troll, that silly troll, they get mad because the white folks did it. Well, that's who done it. Your ass didn't do nothing. You angry because somebody telling the truth. If that's what happened, that's what happened. If you don't like it, then you need to do something about it. Who you gonna get out of jail? The reality is, if it wasn't for white people, I wouldn't be talking to you. The black people was laughing at me. The black people didn't answer my letters. That's the reality of it. You can kick rocks because that make you look bad. Well, that's your problem. Straighten your happy ass up. Get some brothers and sisters out of jail. If you don't like anti-natalism, why don't you adopt some of our children? You got that troll Aquan. Maybe if he adopted some of our babies, he would have time to run around trolling people 24 hours a day. Adopt you some babies, some children. Marry, hell, even marry your Italian woman and adopt some babies and do something with your time. There's a lot of us, we don't want, we are against abortion and we are against anti-natalism, but we don't adopt no children that's born. We don't do nothing for the babies. And we don't even support the people that will adopt the children. We won't support them either if they adopt the babies. I mean, we're just a bunch of hypocrites, a bunch of frauds. Bunch of frauds. On that note, let me get out of here. Again, thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. And as our brother Don Cornelius used to always say as in parting, I wish us love, peace, and soul.